got a couple of different things involving the Browns. We got an analyst that says that Shedeur Sanders should have some kind of a banishment of some kind. Come again? Say what? For what? And we've got, this would be more troubling. If I'm a Browns fan, and this is where we're going to start, potential dissension in the ranks of the front office and the coach. And over what? Quarterback.
Coach Prime's golden boy might be on the move. Yep, Shedeur Sanders, college football's QB royalty, could be on the chopping block. One eyebrow-raising comment from Coach Kevin has the rumor mill spinning faster than Dion's sunglass sales. Is Shedeur's spot in danger? Or is this just another preseason media circus? Either way, this saga's got more twists than a TikTok rabbit hole. Grab your popcorn. We're breaking down every wild, hilarious, and locker room shaking moment in this gridiron drama.
People in the NFL that have lied to us about Shedeur. Why do people continue lying to us about Shedeur? Because I could make the case that Kevin Stefanski lied to us about Shedeur. He said it was a four-man competition. He is the only one, Shedeur Sanders is the only one not to get a first-team rep in OTAs. So why are they lying to us about Shedeur? Is it because potential blowback? Because, hey, if you don't give Shedeur's chart, we're going to riot, we're going to do this, we're going to do that? I'm just trying to understand why no one can keep it real about Shedeur, because everyone has lied to us.
First, the blueprint. Shedeur Sanders, college phenom, stat sheet assassin, and walking MVP resume. Got drafted, as expected. But once he landed on Cleveland's turf, things flipped faster than pancakes at a diner on Free Refill Friday. Instead of snagging first-team reps, he's buried behind a ring of veteran QBs. Joe Flacco's got that seasoned swagger, and Shedeur? He's suddenly the new kid stuck waiting for his turn in the huddle.
Just about to hit the road after the Cleveland Browns Foundation's annual golf outing out in Rocky River. A couple notable comments made today by both Kevin Stefanski and Joel Bitonio. We'll start with Stefanski, who did mention that Shedeur Sanders has been taking 11 on 11 reps on some of the other days of OTAs, even though he didn't take them when the media was there for the open practice last Wednesday. And so that message of not reading too much into those things when we are there and what's on social media continues to be what Stefanski's kind of emphasizing there. And he did say, like, this time of year is more about just the team building aspect and everybody getting acclimated to what they want to do, what the offense is going to be like, translating playbook to on the field.
Pickett's playing the waiting game. Watson? He's the elephant in the locker room no one wants to address. Right now, it's a full-blown quarterback piñata. Someone's getting cracked open. Then comes Coach Kevin, with what we'll politely call the teaching not unleashing jab. Not a direct quote, of course. More like, we're developing him, not turning him loose just yet. And that's all fans needed to hear.
Just having him in the meeting room brings a great personality in there. It's fun to have. I sit right behind him. Joe is to my left, to Shedeur's left, and to see those two bounce ideas off of each other is hilarious. Joe will say a few things, and I'll be like, Joe, Shedeur wasn't born. He wasn't born then. So it's just, he's got great energy, great kid, working his tail off, and he's playing really well.
You could practically hear keyboards smashing across the internet. Conspiracy theories lit up instantly. Is this a quiet confession that Shedeur's not ready? Or classic coach speak to keep everyone guessing? It's vague, it's calculated, and it's prime fuel for rumor-hungry millennials who treat every press conference like a live episode of Hard Knocks, Mind Games edition. And boom.
The more I see from Shedeur Sanders and Browns minicamp, the less I believe any of the narratives that the media was trying to paint about Shedeur. I don't think that he was underprepared during these meetings. I don't believe any of these stories that he showed up arrogant and that he was bombing his interviews. I mean, you watch the film, he's on time, he's on point. You watch his interviews, he answers like a 10-year NFL veteran. Like, he's clearly dominating OTAs. It's every single day there's a new report of how well he's doing for the Browns in OTAs. And I mean, you can say what you want, it's just OTAs. Okay, if that's your new narrative, then he's doing exactly what he needs to be doing. He's on point, he's on time, he's getting the respect of his teammates, and he's making plays. So we're gonna see years down the line, something's gonna come out that I don't know what exactly it was, but something will come out about what they were trying to do to Shedeur.
Enter the replacement hype. Reporters start whispering that the Browns could bench Shedeur before he even gets a whiff of a regular season snap. Why? The whisper goes. They're eyeing the 2026 draft, itching to nab some rookie named Mendoza. Something about late-round QBs rarely sticking, with the GM presumably daydreaming about shiny draft bling instead of quarterback grit. Passing on Shedeur now could fetch them cap space, draft assets, and bragging rights, assuming they can still pronounce Mendoza by then. Some ESPN oracle whispered that, if Caden's just preparing him like Picasso's apprentice, Shedeur could be lofting moon bombs by week 1. Dan O, the guy who critiques football but probably doesn't play catch in his backyard, insisted Shedeur fits Stefanski's system like a glove. Some say it's like a neon green, MTV-era glove. The point, the defenses have mounted. That's where the juicy narrative twist enters, sipping tea and smirking. Are these coaches' statements strategic misdirection, like a magician's sleight of hand? Or, gasp, are they a polite way of saying thanks but no thanks? The drama escalates, fans polarized into two tribes, team let the kid play, and team bench him chase the shiny new prospect. Flash forward, training camp, pads cracking, whistles shrieking, and the Browns' QB room already feels like a high school prom with all these social cliques. Is Coach Kevin leaning in too much? Call sheet. Did Shedeur grin too hard? Obviously insecure. It'd be hilarious if it weren't mildly terrifying for the kid.
Why can't NFL players enter the transfer portal and go back to college? If Shedeur Sanders could transfer from the Browns to Ohio State, that would be a perfect fit and even an upgrade. And he's already in Ohio, so he wouldn't have to move. He would be on the best football team in the state. He would make more money through the NIL. And he could get a degree so that he could get a job in 3 years after he gets benched and cut and thrown out of the league.
Just a terrific breakdown, that, Tony.
Now let's recap the rumor battlefield with a dazzling metaphor. It's basically the Hunger Games, but instead of districts, we've got Offense Group 1. And instead of Katniss, it's Shedeur, armed with laser precision and an eyebrow raise nobody asked for. His competitors? Flacco, a veteran holding his pitchfork. Pickett, a silent sniper. And Watson, the mountain-sized wild card. And looming above them all, Coach Kevin, twirling the metaphorical baton and whispering, "May the best QB survive." Cue the tension, cue the schedules, cue the highlight reels that make him look like the next Peyton Manning. But let's remember, hype doesn't pay rent. And here's how the plot thickens. Inside sources claim Kevin's intentionally keeping Shedeur off the top unit to shield him from catastrophic pick sixes in preseason. Smart move? Or coward's cloak? Every angle spins yet another question, and that brings us to the juicy moral of today's tale. In today's NFL, drama greater than discipline. You don't even need stats. A rumor, a quote, a coach's twitch, and boom, you've got content. Draft analysts descending like sharks smelling blood in the water, fans deluded by hot takes. Heck, even the water boy gets tweets. It's like watching the Kardashians with helmets.
Man, look, I don't know where to start, but let's talk about it. So, it's being reported that Shedeur Sanders got mad at the Giants because he kind of felt set up. All right, now let me explain. Let me tell y'all what happened, okay, or what's being reported. So, it wasn't about a backwards hat. It wasn't about music playing in the headphones or anything like that. It was about the install portion of the interview, all right? Now, if you do not know, the Giants like to give quarterbacks a few plays, few formations for them to write on the whiteboard and this, that, and the third. But the formation has some mistakes in it. The plays have some mistakes in it.
And Shedeur? He'll be eyed like a rare Pokemon, with each throw scrutinized, each eyebrow twitch charted. Now, here's the million-dollar question. Will Shedeur romp into week 1 throwing laser-guided touchdowns? Or will he vanish like free agency cap space? Will Coach Kevin dare to unleash him? Will the Browns press the reset button on Mendoza? Will analysts be proven right, or will their insider info be busted? Whatever happens, remember, underdog stories are fun. Replacement drama is entertaining. And apparently, we all need a scapegoat quarterback every season. So settle in, sharpen your wit, stockpile your hot takes, because whatever team Shedeur says this time next season, we'll still be here, popcorn ready, watching rumors explode. Picture this, a quarterback room turned into the NFL equivalent of Survivor. Shedeur's the shiny idol hidden in plain sight, surrounded by veteran Flacco, aspiring Pickett, and sidelined Watson, who's basically the game master. Only one can win the torch. Or the mic, or the hit YouTube clip where they get praised for showing up. It's not every day a rookie, especially one drafted mid-round, stumbles into a situation packed with 3 other seasoned passers. The plan was, work him gently, they say. Translation? We're not ready to hand him the clipboard yet. Cue the rumor engines go full throttle. Is the coaching staff trying to protect him, or keeping him in reserve until they've set him up for maximum fiery preseason drama?
Kevin Stefanski lied. He lied to us all when he said that this was going to be an open competition, a 4-man open competition when it comes to the QB situation up there in Cleveland, in which, from the looks of it, all we've seen it be was a 3-man race. The only people that has been getting reps in with the first team or with the veterans are Joe Flacco, Kenny Pickett, and Dylan Gabriel. We've never seen my boy Shedeur Sanders get a chance to get in. Even with him doing the things that he has been doing up there, he has yet to get in with the first team.
Either way, Cleveland just handed the clickbait gods their golden ticket. And we all know it. In today's NFL, if you're not stirring up drama, you're basically selling hot dogs in half-empty stadiums. Enter the Ranch Promotions crew. Rookies not first team, replacement rumors, let's get those hashtags trending. Here's where things get even juicier. There's a mysterious rookie QB on the horizon. Mendoza, name so fresh no one's sure if it's a last name or a tilapia brand. But apparently he's Cleveland's shining future object of affection. Front office fantasies swirl. Ditch the mid-round rook. Draft the flashy freshman next year. Build anew. Rinse, repeat. Content cycle complete. This isn't just fantasy talk. Front office types reportedly love dumpster diving for new draft capital. You trade a mid-round pick for a veteran stopgap, then draft the new shiny thing in round 1. You save money, hype it up, and get an extra draft pick while you're at it. Wash, rinse, revenue. Mirror that formula for any other position. Boom, now it's a business, not just a team. And that, dear viewers, is laying the groundwork for a replacement rumor storm. Does Shedeur even have a fair shot, or is he caught in Cleveland's draft day treadmill? If this was Survivor, Shedeur's torch is flickering. Will he outwit the veterans, or be voted off the island for Mendoza?
And look, I'm sorry, but when it comes to quarterback, I'm going to defer to my head coach, generally speaking, especially one with Stefanski's track record and how he's viewed across the league. So this is interesting because it tells you Kevin Stefanski's not a Shedeur Sanders guy. And it also tells us who made these picks. Exactly. The Cleveland Browns made a rather awkward decision in the NFL draft, opting to take quarterback Dylan Gabriel in the 3rd round, well before he was expected to fly off the board. Then 2 rounds later, the Browns took fellow quarterback Shedeur Sanders. So what exactly is going on?
Let's not forget the coach, a man with more poker faces than a Vegas pro. Every look, every pause, every "we're teaching" line triggers seismic reactions across YouTube, Threads, and every bleacher betting pool imaginable. Meanwhile, reporters scribble notes, analysts scramble for pivots, and Twitter elites sharpen their hot takes. Behind closed doors, though, is it panic? Or is it a calculated dance? If he pushes Shedeur too quickly, sudden pixes will haunt highlight reels until the sun expands and dies. But if he sidelines him, the rumor factories go berserk. It's like walking a tightrope over crocodiles while juggling footballs. Definitely not your average Sunday stroll. Add in training camp walkthroughs where every sideline walk, every eye roll, every wrist tap sets off enthusiastic speculation. Did you see Shedeur sweat less? Did he high-five too hard? People are plotting scatter charts and betting markets are having a field day. At this point, you don't even need a pass completion to make headlines. A fumbled Gatorade bottle might send the Twitter breakdowners into hysteria. Meanwhile, half the fans want to light Shedeur's torch, half want to strangle it. Team Let the Kid Play argues Cleveland needs fresh talent, not washed-up vets or safety blankets. Team Let's Draft Mendoza counters that veteran leadership is overrated, expensive, and carries baggage.
Shedeur is going to make it at this level, and I think he has a legitimate chance of being the Browns' starting quarterback if they give him the right opportunities and they have the right people in place to help him take his game to that next level, develop correctly, because there is a developmental piece of this. Like, there's been plenty of prospects we thought were sure things in the NFL, and I don't think Shedeur is even, I'm not going to sit here and tell you Shedeur is a sure thing, because sure things do go in the first round, and he didn't. I'm not saying he can't be great, but like there's flaws to a lot of these prospects coming, like, and even in this class alone, there was very few prospects that you were like, this guy's a blue chipper. There was only a few guys that we called blue chip prospects in this draft.
Cue the underdog narrative. Everyone loves the hero with impressive college highlights riding in on a golden chariot. Unfortunately, the chariot's stuck in traffic. Fandom splits like tectonic plates, with prediction wars splintering on every forum. Is Shedeur the Hail Mary hero or a glorified clipboard holder? Do we fan the flames or snuff them before they burn the season? This tug of war is why drama sells. It's not just football, it's story-driven binge content for our short attention spans. Fans need a hero, they need a villain. Coaches, veterans, draft prospects, they're all cast in a melodrama nobody signed up for. Training camp is about to become ground zero. Picture the snap count spreadsheet burning brighter than Elon Musk's tweet history. Will Shedeur get more opportunities? Will he lighten fast? Will he slump under pressure? The competition is more merciless than a reality show finale's rose ceremony. Between reps, eyeballing his footwork, timing, pocket awareness, the analytics squads spin hot takes. If Shedeur improves accuracy by 3%, production skyrockets. Meanwhile, the flip side, if he lingers behind the line by .2, boom, turnover spiral. Every snap is now a mini high-stakes moment. And Coach Kevin? He's surveying like a Zen master with a stopwatch, evenly handing reps but never giving a hint who's winning. Gold star performance? A quiet nod. Mistake? Microsecond glare. Twitter parses every micro-expression for scandal.
I'm gonna be honest, man. Like, if you're laughing about this, like, you're probably kind of a piece of crap. Like, this is not good. And unlike some guys who, you know, quote unquote, get wrong advice. Sure. He didn't get wrong advice. He got the advice, and then the team just decided, no, I'm not gonna do it. So I don't know what their thought process was. I don't understand it. I'm sure the stories will come out at some point, but this isn't like a kid that doesn't know anything about the draft getting told by his uncle that you should go in because you can get some money. This is a guy who has all the resources in the world.
Welcome to football's version of The Voice. But instead of chairs turning around with lights, fans await explosive videos of plays, headlines dripping with emojis and GIFs. Plot twist. Maybe Cleveland doesn't intend to bench Shedeur. Maybe they sized him up, tested him, and guess what? They liked what they saw. Could the lack of first-team reps actually mean safe development over reveal failure? The unsaid nuance is that patience might just be peace in disguise. Meanwhile, Shedeur's character arc is practically scripted for a redemption arc in a streaming drama. He battles veteran skepticism, overcomes myth of being just a mid-round guy, scrapes cred, builds trust, then boom, breakout performance, all cinematic hero montage vibes. Pressures glow, analysts backpedal, fans sing his praises. But for this to stick, he has to do something daring. Not necessarily dazzle a Thursday night crowd, but suffer adversity, rebound, and own it. He needs a moment. Tough scramble, perfect deep ball, audible winning drive, or isolation sideline blitz. One shift. Could be a career launchpad. Back to Mendoza. He's not just background noise, he exists as Cleveland's shiny what if. That keeps rival fans up all night. What if they draft him? What year? What pick? What hype? It adds a countdown to the drama. If Cleveland's FO is subtly signaling 2026 draft pick incoming, then the plan might be use Shedeur as placeholder until they get lucky.
With a buddy, could I possibly go to bat for Kevin Stefanski as a great head coach? No, I couldn't.
Could you go at bat against him, saying he's a horrible head coach?
No, I can't. I think that's why we fall in the middle. I think that's why in a lot of these discussions, and that's why a lot of the rankings, you see him right now in that 15 to 20 range, somewhere in that middle pack of NFL head coaches.
I've said earlier, Kevin Stefanski has already been given more head coaches than any coach I've ever seen in Cleveland. Starting with the decision to move on from Baker and him clearly still having another level to get to in Tampa.
But hey, Peshmandor heroes can still win. They can still rally fans, build momentum, and earn longevity. And, Loha infield MVP style, they can silence doubters. Unless Mendoza outthrows everyone at a junior combine, crashes Cleveland's draft radar, and steals the limelight preemptively. If Mendoza rumors keep feeding, Shedeur's story arc becomes defined by the shadow he's trying to escape. And the starker the spotlight on Mendoza, a freshman with buzz, the harder Shedeur has to shine. It's like shadow monsters in Japanese anime. If you can't outblink the shadow, you're stuck being the sidekick. Then there's Coach Kevin's press conferences, vaults of strategic ambiguity. We want to teach him, he intones. He's developing. Code for we're not benching him, but we're not unleashing him either. Or worse, we might have something better on the bench. If Kevin intensifies praise, fans lean forward. If praise is bland, rumors ignite. If he teases readiness, boom, segment on ESPN. Joey mediocrity achieved. And don't forget the inside scoops, anonymous back-end leaks about QB room vibes, locker room rankings, peanut butter jelly level chemistry. Oh yes, we get those. Twitter harvests them, builds threads, churns hype.
The insiders, the ESPNs, the Fox News are starting to get their hands on the stories. And you know they got a lot more connects and behind the scenes people than you can ever imagine. And Colin Cowherd put something out. Another analyst had put some things out that they've been hearing. And it's looking like Shedeur Sanders is way past Dylan Gabriel from what they were saying. And the fact of, if you go through the history of the owner, Haslam, it's a great opportunity for Shedeur Sanders and most.
This isn't just about football. It's media gold. It's a drama. It's a narrative theater with helmets, and at its core is a kid from Colorado feeling the heat and potential. Whatever happens, Shedeur's story teaches us, in modern sports, the quarterback narrative is more than wins. It's storyline plus hype plus drama plus results. Take any element out, and the whole plot collapses. So where does this leave us? Right here. At the edge of a cliff, about to jump into training camp depth charts, snap count leaks, preseason highlight breakdowns, and coach speak dissections. Will Shedeur rise, or will Cleveland pivot to Mendoza? Will Coach Kevin masterfully guide him, or quietly cut bait? Will fans eat it up, or stage riot-worthy backlash? Whatever happens, we're ready. You're ready, and the story? It's only just begun. The next few weeks will determine if this is a footnote or a full-blown legend. So keep your hot takes warm, your popcorn fresh, and your notebooks open. Because you'll be glad you were here when the season